Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lisa Young Sutton, and in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can find the theme in any card and relate it to your context. I will be looking at the Oracle and Grand Jeu Lenormand cards that are part of the Manifesting with the Chakras spread. I filmed that video last week. Now, in part one, I went over the concept and instructions for this spread and explained the meanings of the PETIT Lenormand cards that Sadie had drawn for this spread, okay? That video is linked at the top of the description box below, so if you have not yet watched it, please do so. Now here, I'd like to demonstrate how we can use the cards of various systems to fill in different details of the answer that we received from another system, okay? These cards will always support each other rather than contradict each other. Each card system has its own voice, right? And each system will highlight different aspects of the same situation or scenario. This is not the same thing as getting up in the morning and asking how your day is going to go using your tarot and saying, I don't like that card, I don't trust you, you damn lying tarot. I'm going to go get my Rainbow and Unicorns Oracle deck because it's never mean, and it always tells me just what I want to hear. This is not what we're talking about here. I am talking about when you set an intention to use multiple systems, asking for different details regarding the same situation, okay? Or even if you don't set your intention ahead of time, if you're asking for different details on the same situation, not questioning the other card systems, but asking for more details, use of that system using its own voice, okay, it'll work, and it works beautifully. Right, let me just show you, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I will shut up and just show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're going to begin with the root chakra and work up to the crown. Let me quickly show what decks I'm using, of course, for the, this is a chakra spread, so I used my Chakra Lenormand. Well, I should say Sadie did, because we both have that deck. Now this, the Grand Jeu is my small Russian deck, which is smaller than the traditional Grand Jeu deck. In fact, I have two of these little Russian decks. They're bridge size, very nice. So, usually you can find them on eBay or different places. All right. And the Oracle deck I am using is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman. Love this deck. Love it, love it. And I've used my crystals to color code which chakra I'm working on. So this is my red one for the root chakra. Okay, the root chakra can be blocked by emotional fear. And I drew the card acceptance. And what was the first thing I saw on this card? I saw a pie that is no longer complete. Now there's a piece missing, right? And the word acceptance down here tells me that this is the reason Sadie drew the ways here. She needs to accept something before she can make a decision, right? Or before she's totally secure. Remember, this is about the root chakra, in which way she's going. Before she feels safe. Remember, this is the survival chakra, right? She needs to accept something. She needs to accept herself probably as being whole, right? So I did ask her, do you feel there's a piece missing from your life? Do you feel incomplete, right? Do you feel unsafe because of that? Accepting herself as she is very healing, all right? Now, does it matter that I drew a root chakra card for the root chakra question? Notice the red border and the red predominant theme here on this card. This is a root chakra card that I drew for the root chakra question. And let me tell you, that happens frequently. And I'd say it's really par for the course, because the energy that went into producing cards of a particular chakra will undoubtedly be a vibrational match to the question regarding that chakra. But don't think you did anything wrong if you get other chakra cards, all right? If you're asking about the crown chakra and you get a root chakra card, for example. Because the universe will always give you the card that best answers your question, all right? They don't care what color's on it. or what the deck creator intended it to be for. They're just, that's what I'm saying, that you can find the theme in any card, okay? It doesn't have to be a card that was purposely designed for your context, all right? If you're asking about a relationship and you're using an oracle deck and you don't get a relationship themed card, you can still find the answer in there. The best answer is in that card, believe me. All right, now, okay, so what I could say is that if I had gotten a crown chakra card in this position asking about the root chakra, we could say that there's something related to the crown that needs, that's needed to understand the current state of the root, something like that. But regardless, the universe is just going to give you the best card to answer your question, all right? All right, so back to the root chakra. I do, before I get out of there, I do want to say that you're going to notice a theme, though, in this spread, all right? That she did get a lot of matches. She got the, and there you can see the theme, like the first card was a root chakra card. The second two cards were sacral and solar plexus, even though they were backwards. The heart, I think she got the heart chakra card for the heart. And then we move on to getting for the upper three chakras, she got she got two crown chakra themed oracle cards and one ajna, third eye. So yeah, it worked right up from root to crown, even though it wasn't always a perfect match. So you'll see. All right, there is a pattern. Okay, so the ways is an interesting card to answer the question. What was the original question she asked? Is the current state of this chakra helping or hindering my manifesting? She's trying to manifest something, okay? So that was what this whole thing was about. Now, what is the ways? It's the card of important decisions as well as options, alternatives, paths, and free will, which tells me that Sadie is experiencing some hesitation. She's not quite sure yet. She hasn't fully committed to manifesting this thing, right? I think she's still considering other perspectives and other angles. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to make you seasick by hitting my camera. Woo, hang on. Yeah, so, but this indecision, of course, is preventing manifestation. You cannot manifest until you are sure, until you've decided, yes, this is where I'm going, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing, universe, bring it to me. Until you can say that with no doubts, right, and with fully passionate about it, it's not going to happen, all right? Now, what answer does the oracle card provide to the issue of hesitation? Accept yourself as you are and where you are right now, and know where you are is exactly where you are meant to be. This is advice for everyone, okay? Don't ever think you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's no such thing. The universe does not make mistakes. There are no accidents. There are no, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I should say there are no coincidences. Okay? All right. Okay. Before I get too philosophical and say something that somebody's not going to like because of, misunderstanding, I will stop. All right. So, it still feels like we need more though, right? So let's look at the King of Diamonds. What did this card add? The King of Diamonds says that help is always around the corner. Put that with a fear of making the wrong decision and the advice to accept that you're always in the right place at the right time. Put those three together. Now the King tells you that you can't make a wrong choice. I think I just said that. Thank you, King of Diamonds. Right? So as soon as we make a decision and something goes wrong, we think we made the wrong decision. But no, there will be ups and downs on any path we choose. And if we're looking for something to go wrong, if we're saying, oh, I'm pretty sure I made the wrong choice, so you're just asking, show me everything that's wrong. But if you're saying to yourself, no, I know I made the right decision. Yeah, that other one would have been right too, but I'm so glad I made this one. You're just, if you're looking for what's right, you're going to find what's right, and it's going to go right, okay? All right, so If your intuition nudges you onto a path, accept and trust that it's right. Burp, burp, burp. All right. Now let's tie that into the root chakra to draw to a conclusion. To draw, a conclusion rather. Acceptance tells Sadie that she needs to decide without any hesitancy that help is always available. That's what those 3 cards say. Trust is important, and knowing that her basic needs will be met regardless of where assistance comes from or what choice she makes will enable her to align this chakra and allow the energy to flow freely through it. Okay, it's got to start here, right? This is your lowest chakra. This is like your earth chakra, all right? Before you can move on up the line, got to get this, the energy flowing through here. All right, let's quickly, now we can more quickly, now that you got the gist of this, run through the other chakras. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the sacral. So for the sacral, she got, the sacral can be blocked by emotional shame. And she got the joy card, woo, which really fits visually, right? And with the other 2 cards, right? Like the theme and just the whole picture of these 3 cards really go together, all right? I mean, look at this in the oracle card. It appears this woman is really enjoying life, right? She looks like a free spirit. Her hair is all wild and her hands are up in the air, and she's wearing a very bold dress with big colorful sunflowers on it. She appears to be creative and secure in herself, right? I mean, the little white book offers a new significant improvement, truly experiencing something with joy, right? Yeah. So when you use oracle cards, I urge you to first and foremost see what you can see in that card. Get everything on your own out of that card before you open the little white book. But the little white book will definitely add something to it. If you, let me say, definitely if you are nudged to use it, okay? If the thought doesn't even pop into your head, then there's nothing in there for you, all right? Okay, now the PETIT Lenormand stars says that Sadie is following divine guidance, right? Which always tells us to find fun and pleasure, or at least make the most or the best of any situation in order to attract more positive energy to it. Even if you're experiencing a terrible situation, if you manage to find make the most of it, to find the best of it, to find what it's teaching you, or how it's going to end up a good thing somehow later, if you can muster that, you are going to attract more positive energy, which will improve the situation. Okay, there you go. All right, so as far as her sacral chakra is concerned, she's free to follow her passions and creative urges because she finds such joy in doing so, which keeps that pipeline open, right? So she can receive the flow of guidance from the universe. You got to keep I always say, keep your foot off the hose. The flow stops when you put your foot on the hose, so keep it off of there. All right. Now, what does the 2 of clubs have to offer? It's the card of hitting the jackpot and making a fortune through your talents. So this confirms that she's doing the right thing and should continue to follow her bliss. All 3 of these cards are saying, don't change a thing regarding your sacral chakra. All right, you're good there. All right, let's go to the solar plexus. Look at my solar plexus star crystal. I love that thing. It's so chunky too. Love chunky things. Okay, solar plexus can be blocked by feeling unworthy. And we got the oracle card, service. Do you feel worthy of your ability to support others? To be there for family and friends, even if you don't really get along, right? The little white book says, an opportunity to see yourself as you really are and stop worrying about whether or not you're getting what you deserve. Let me read that again. You have an opportunity to see yourself as you really are and stop worrying about whether or not you're getting what you deserve. Oh, so it's like the opposite of being a victim. It's like, I'm not a victim, right? I'm just going to go out there and serve. I'm going to serve the world, okay? I have something to offer. I'm not afraid to share it. Yeah, all right. Instead, focus on being of service to the universe. I think this came from the Little White Book too, which starts with those you share the planet with. No, this came from me. Human and animal and vegetable and mineral, okay? You can serve in every which way. Of course, it has to start with you. You got to serve yourself first. Service is not just for others. It starts with service to yourself, okay? All right. Okay, so others will always benefit from your confidence. All right, when you share your light, when you are happy with yourself, when you know who you are, when you are self-actualized, okay, others will benefit from that, okay? All right, so we got the PETIT Lenormand clover here to add to the idea of being more carefree, not taking life so seriously, and being willing to take risks. The clover is fragile and short-lived, so I think Sadie fluctuates in this regard, okay? What is the clover saying about her confidence? It's the card of temporary luck. So sometimes she has it, sometimes she doesn't. What about her self-control? Remember, I'm relating everything to the solar plexus. You're wondering where I'm getting these questions from. All right, we're talking about the solar plexus here. All right, so what about her self-control? The clover is a gambler, a risk taker. So she doesn't always exhibit self-control regarding her emotions. Ooh. All right, sometimes she allows them to control her, all right? She may also express them at the wrong times, all right? Okay, now what does the Nine of Hearts offer? Amazingly, it's the card of courage to serve others. Ooh, and it tells Sadie that any effort regarding this will be rewarded. It also tells her that she'll be recognized and respected as a good person, which starts with recognizing it in herself. The confidence of the solar plexus, yes. And that takes courage, but she needs to take that risk now. Clover, all right? We just tied all of those in to our theme. Okay, now we're talking about our heart chakra. Ooh, look what she got for the heart. Okay, for the heart can be blocked by grief, all right? We got the oracle card victim. You may think your heart is open, but there's some hidden resentment. All right, that's what I said to her. You're in denial and holding on to something. Blaming others leads to victim mentality. Are you holding on to past resentment? Ooh, a note about manifesting with the heart chakra. Are you practicing the feeling of having what you're trying to manifest? Or are you practicing the feeling of the absence of it? Okay, yeah, that's related to the sacral too, and the heart. Yeah, you have to be practicing and aligning. Here we'll talk about the heart. You have to align your heart with the feeling of joy of already having what you desire in order to receive it. Okay, little bit there about the manifesting with the heart chakra. Okay, so all right, the birds is the card of distraction, lack of focus, misunderstandings, disappointment, right? The bird says that her heart is unsettled and overly sensitive. You know what? Why don't I zoom in and straighten up here for you? Were you all standing on your... you all had your heads crooked trying to see this. Sorry about that. Eee! Okay, so yeah, the birds. Okay, so... the bird says her heart is unsettled and overly sensitive. Now, what does the Queen of Diamonds have to say? It's showing up to explain why Sadie received the birds and the victim card. This card relates to revenge, gossip, jealousy, possessiveness, and competition. That's a big one. She holding all this in her heart. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It can be very difficult to release resentment towards those who have hurt us emotionally. I mean... I've had to do it. We've all had to do it. Yes, it is so hard. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to go crazy with that. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. While feelings of revenge and a desire to tell everybody about a wrongdoing from another, which is gossip, by the way, may make you feel better in the moment because it's higher on the emotional scale than powerlessness or jealousy, right? Revenge is higher on the scale, makes us feel a little better. So does gossiping. But you've got to be able to move past the ideas of revenge, okay? You've got to move past that very quickly before it becomes lodged in your heart space, all right? Feel it and move on. You want to advance toward like mild irritation, to hopefulness, and then on up to optimism that everything will work out. You can see how you have to inch your way up that scale, all right? And that is how you release your anger and resentment. And that is how you keep anything from being stored in your heart. Take little baby steps and inch your way up the emotional scale. Always reach for the better feeling. The better feeling. I was going to say the better feeling thought, but always reach for the better feeling. All right, let's move to the throat. You see what I'm saying about the chakra cards? We're up to the throat, and now she's getting, she got a crown chakra card here. Getting closer. All right. The throat can be blocked by a lack of self-acceptance or the feeling that you are not heard or that you are misunderstood, right? And here we see the oracle card release. Look at the theme here. Look at how this theme looks like this, which, you know, if you know Lenormand, PETIT Lenormand, you know what this is. Yeah, all goes together. All right, so it suggests, the release card suggests that Sadie's trouble is not in communicating with others as much as it is about her own self-talk and the need to release self-blame. That's coming from the little white book. That's the meaning of this card, all right? It also touches on facing the past and letting go of old emotional traumas, especially family issues. Yeah, okay, you can bring that back to the issue with the heart chakra, all right? All right, yeah, but this really helped us to understand why she drew the PETIT Lenormand whip card here, which is a communication card for the communication chakra, but it represents discord and disharmony, all right? So here the oracle is telling her, the PETIT Lenormand told her she had an issue here. The oracle is telling her she needs to release it, and is even relating it to self-blame and hanging on to family issues, right? So now what details can we get from the Two of Hearts? This is a great card for advice regarding this issue because it tells Sadie to become impeccable with her words. I literally have that written on this card in my cheater deck. Yeah. Okay, so especially the words she uses to speak to herself. Okay, we got that from the oracle card. All right. To herself and about herself. What words do you use to talk about yourself and to yourself? Oh, you're such an idiot. Oh, you always do it the wrong way first. Oh, I mean, think about it. You got to start changing that. That's programming your subconscious. Stop talking to yourself that way. Just stop it. All right, so what else does the Two of Hearts say? It says it's the card of integrity and introspection. You can see him down here, right? It's telling her to remain incorruptible and to not be disheartened by others. She needs to focus on her own voice rather than focusing on the words from others. Wow, that was a good one. Okay, let's go to the ajna, or third eye. You know, I love that ajna word. You know me, I'm always trying to shorten everything. Being a writer, I don't want to have to work any harder than I have to. I like to type nice short words. All right. Yes, the ajna, third eye. Okay, this can be blocked by doubts and closed-mindedness. All right. Doubting your intuition we're talking about here. All right, how interesting that I drew the oracle card Instinct. This one floored me because the primary phrase for this card is, there's a guide inside each of us. Only those who seek guidance can receive it. Right? You have to ask and trust, right? Your instinct is finely tuned, so why are you doubting it? That was the message of this card to Sadie. It's time to follow your intuition. I mean, she could not have gotten a more appropriate card considering that she drew the PETIT Lenormand Clouds card regarding her third eye chakra. Yeah. Okay. The clouds told Sadie that she isn't clearly perceiving the messages that she's receiving through her crown chakra, right? So she already knew that she's asking and opening to receive, which we'll see in the crown chakra in 1 minute. But she's not perceiving clearly what she's receiving. That's what this clouds is telling her, this clouds card. Now, the 10 of Spades is the card of distrust and feeling a need to protect oneself. It is so common for people to distrust their intuitions, right? The flower message, right? On the Grand Jeu card, there's a flower message on every one of these cards, using the old Victorian flower language, right? Okay, but the flower message on this card relates to protecting yourself due to betrayed feelings. How many of us have felt at one time or another that our intuitions betrayed us? But the oracle card is clearly telling Sadie that there's no need to feel this way. She needs to know that her intuition is now finely tuned. Maybe when she was younger, she didn't know the difference between just getting overstimulated and excited about something and your intuition, right? She couldn't tell the difference. Yeah. Between the ego wanting something and the intuition telling you something. Yeah. But now her intuition is finely tuned. Okay, and she needs to relinquish control and allow it to guide her. So the clouds card is also a rather cerebral card, right? Of mental confusion and dampened spirits and a dark mood, right? And along with the oracle card, this tells her that her issue has nothing to do with being disconnected from nature, a poor diet. These are all things that can block your third eye, right? You can read lists all over the internet on what could be blocking your third eye, right? And it usually says like too much stress, a closed mind, poor diet, what's the other one? No, heavy metals and fluoride accumulation, depression. Yeah, well, all of those things, of course, are going to affect your physical body and your chakras and your mind and everything else. But no, these cards are telling her why she got the clouds here. And they're all saying the same thing. You feel that you can't trust your own intuition because you feel it has betrayed you and you feel you need to protect yourself. You need scientific evidence of everything before you do it because you don't trust your own instinct. There you go. Okay, so the Grand Jeu is basically telling her that her whole problem is due to distrust. All right. Finally, we're at the crown. Onward and upward till you're on the top of the heap. There we go. Okay, the crown can be blocked by many things, including spiritually disconnected, struggling to find meaning in life, depression, about the condition of the world or whatever. You know, trying to, you feel like you need to fix the world and you don't know how. You know, this is all very crown type stuff. Resistance to being fully present in the world, being afraid of the future or unable to let go of the past. Yeah, okay. We could look at the root as relating to the past and the crown as relating to the future. Boop. Okay, so we got the oracle card Faith. It says that miracles are all around you when you're open to receiving wise counsel and accepting your gifts. Isn't that funny? That's from the Little White Book for this card, which fits in perfectly with the PETIT Lenormand Bouquet card, which is the card of receiving gifts. Burp, burp, burp. All right, so now this tells me that Sadie is inviting spirit in and joyfully accepting what it sends her. That's the bouquet, right? But the Grand Jeu Lenormand is the 3 of diamonds. So what is this adding? This card represents loyalty and shared emotional ties. And this really goes deep, and this is so accurate. It's a testament to the fact that in order to connect with Source, our vibrations must be high, which means, right, we got to match that frequency. We have to tune into that radio station or we will get another station, okay? Yeah, so our vibration must be high. I'm getting excited, which means that we must be in a good feeling place. Our feelings are our guide. Maintaining faith and being loyal to matching our vibration to that of spirit. There we are. Okay, boop, boop, yep. Yes. This reminds Sadie that she isn't alone, but is constantly receiving support from the universe, which is her partner, her twin. There it is, you and the universe. That's your twin flame. The universe, Source. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this is also the card of Gemini. This is one of the zodiac group, and this is the card of Gemini, which is an air element, right? We're talking about the crown chakra here. Okay, now I love that this is tying in with the issue of the third eye that we just discussed, right? Because it reminds Sadie that when her vibration is low, she disconnects from Source. So remember, she had a problem with her third eye. She's not trusting. That lowers the vibration, and then this cuts down on what she's receiving, right? All connects to each other. All right, so this bond, by the way, requires ongoing commitment. It's not like you wake up one day and say, okay, I trust my intuition, I'm open to receiving, then forget about it, and then go back to your old miserable, distrusting, fearful life. No, it's ongoing. You got to remind yourself every single day, multiple times throughout the day. Yeah, you got to remind yourself to feel good. You have to remind yourself to be happy. What's that all about? Yeah, you got to keep reminding yourself to be happy. Yeah, I don't know. I think that should just come naturally. All right, so now, here, if we pair these two small images with the flower message, we can see that disharmony results when we don't release long-standing emotional wounds. When you fall off the horse, you've got to get right back on before you have a chance to start distrusting the horse. These cards offer so much. I mean, if you're not into the Grand Jeu yet, please, please start looking at them. Amazing, amazing cards. All right. Okay, my friends, that's it for today's video. As always, I hope you found that enlightening and informative, or yes. And if, okay, I need to get a drink of water and I don't have any here, so let me try to spit this out. If you haven't yet done so, join my Facebook group, Lisa Loves Lenormand, PETIT, and Grand Jeu. I feel a need to already be changing that title because I want to add more to it. Okay. Anyway, that's still what it's called. It just, no matter how many times I change the name of my Facebook group, it always starts with Lisa Loves Lenormand, and I'm doing that on purpose so that you can find it. All right. Anyway, if you haven't joined that group yet, go ahead and do so, and I will see you in the next video. Now go and play with your cards. Bye, everybody.